Well, hello there everyone, and welcome back to Aaron Does Art, or welcome if you're new. And today we're going to be doing something that I haven't done in a pretty long time, which is YouTubers as superheroes. Now, for my previous YouTubers as superheroes videos, I did 5 relatively famous YouTubers that pretty much everybody knew at the time, or still knows. I did PewDiePie, Jaden Animations, Mr. Beast, Dream, and who was the 5th one? I don't remember who the 5th one was. I may have to go back and check that. But in those previous videos, it was pretty much just one person that was primarily shown in the videos. So like PewDiePie, you pretty much only ever see PewDiePie in his videos. And the same goes for, well, Mr. Beast, you see a lot of, but Mr. Beast is the main person. So there was one person that's pretty much the focal point of the channel. But for this one, I'm going to be doing my favorite YouTube channel currently, Microwave Society, and they have a little bit less as far as subscriber count goes than the previous videos that I did. They have around 200,000 as of the recording of this video, but honestly, these guys are hilarious, and yeah, I'm so glad that I found this channel. But yeah, so in contrast to the previous YouTubers as superheroes videos that I've done, these guys, it's three guys, and they're all pretty much equally shown in the videos. So I had to do 3 superhero drawings for each one of them. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started, and we're gonna start off with Jude. So starting off here with Jude, Jude is the first member of Microwave Society that I did as a superhero, and yeah, they're all kind of equally shown in their videos, as I mentioned in the intro, so there's not really like a main guy. So Jude is the one that often introduces the video and does the outro as well. Their outro on their channel is typically them saying "Have a day," which is quite creative, I think. But yeah, so Jude is the one that typically does the first part of the intro and the outro. And for his super suit here, obviously I took the Microwave Society logo and put it on their chest. I did that for each of them. And you may be noticing the magenta gradients on his arms and legs with the black squares. And I took inspiration from one of the videos on their channel for that. They do movie reviews on their channel, and I won't get into it too much because I want you guys to go check out their channels for yourselves. But for Jude, I took one of his quotes, and I may play that clip here.
Josie.
For half a second, I thought he was the one flying just straight up and down.
I would fly like that if I was a superhero, just T-pose the entire way.
Yes, like a Gmod character that hasn't loaded, you're just...
My suit would be like the magenta and black.
But I took one of his quotes and put it into and kind of interpreted that for a superhero suit. So yeah, that's pretty much where the inspiration from that came from. And obviously he's flying, so I put some buildings. I didn't have too much detail in them, but I did add some buildings in there just to kind of convey the effect, so I could motion blur them and make it look like he's flying super fast through the city. But yeah, so without further ado, there is Jude. Alright, so next up we have Brendan. Now for Brendan's design, I went for specifically for his hair, I kind of went for, in a couple of the Microwave Society videos, Brendan has a buzz cut style haircut, and that's kind of what I went for here in this drawing, and you'll kind of see that shown more when I start actually working on his hair. And that's just because I felt like it would be a little bit more recognizable than if I had done it with like his typical haircut. And honestly, it was a little bit of a challenge to get his haircut like that worked out.
And so it was just kind of also good practice for me to get that kind of hairstyle. I have been working on hairstyles a little bit, and so that was kind of good practice for me, actually like shading it and stuff like that. So for Brendan here, for his superpowers, I kind of derived my idea for it from one of his tweets, and I don't remember word for word what the tweet said, but it was something about being an interdimensional demon, something masquerading as an Irish man with a cool beard or something like that. And so I wasn't really sure how to convey that in this drawing, but I ended up just kind of adding a little bit of a red energy cloud around his hand that I guess would be kind of part of his abilities as the interdimensional whatever. And for his super suit, I actually really like the design on this one. It kind of looks like, I remember thinking when I first finished the base colors, I was like, this looks like a nightclub. He has like all the neon colors and then the super bright blues and purples. I don't know, I thought it looked pretty cool. And so overall, I'm very satisfied with Brendan, and I gave him a little bit of a city background as well. And overall, yeah, I'm very satisfied. So here, without further ado, is Brendan. And finally here we have Josiah. Now, Josiah was probably the one that I had the most trouble with as far as trying to come up with powers for him. But eventually I settled on doing him being the kind of tech guy, almost like the Tony Stark kind of character, where he creates his own superpowers basically in the form of just technology. And I imagine him having probably I imagine him being what's called a technopath, which means that he can kind of control certain types of technology with his mind, and so he doesn't have to have any sort of like manual input like buttons or anything. He can just do it all with his head. And for him, I'm not really sure what those little gauntlets around his wrists, I don't know what those would necessarily be used for. I thought they would just kind of look cool. Perhaps something that would kind of like enhance his powers or something like that. I'm not really sure. But overall, I really like the design of Josiah's super suit as well. It's a little bit more on the plain side in regards to Jude's and Brendan's, but I think the purple sleeve really looks cool, and again with the neon blue and pinkish purple, I think those look really good. And yeah, overall I'm really pleased with how Josiah's turned out. I did add a little bit of the blue neon around his legs just to kind of break up the monotony there. And yeah, overall I think all three of these look really good, and I hope you guys agree. And as far as backgrounds go on Josiah's, I wasn't really sure what I should do for a background, so I just kind of left it blank. Who knows, I might go back in later and do a background, but for now I think it's just gonna stay like a bland sky with a little bit of a street underneath him. But yeah, so there is Josiah. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. I'll flash each of them on the screen once again for you guys to see. And overall, I think these turned out very, very good. My previous YouTubers as Superheroes videos, those are a little bit outdated now, and my style and drawing skills in general have significantly increased over the past however long it's been since I've released those videos. But yeah, I really like how each of these three characters turned out. And again, I highly recommend you go check out Microwave Society on YouTube. I will leave a link to their channel in the description below. And yeah, overall, I think this turned out very well. And yeah, if you've stuck around this long, I would like to thank you very much for watching, and subscribe if you haven't. Leave a like on the video if you liked it, a dislike if you didn't, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.